Sir,
Yes.
all kidding aside, when this goes national, I get to put it on my resume?
Actually, no.
Because, like, what is it, a guild thing or something? I mean,
You can never tell anyone you did this.
what could they do to me?
They come home to your house and kill you.
If, in other words, in the United States, when you're running the United States, you ain't running in nothing but con, nothing but bullshit, and nothing but devil. You're running in nothing but demon. The United States of America is the demon of the world.
Check out this video showing Alex approaching a convenience store with a knife. You see here, right there. While people locked themselves inside, she banged on the window and still couldn't get in. But another shows the suspect allegedly threatening a man near the convenience store. See him in the yellow shirt right there? Many people say they were able to get away. Investigators say the two who were stabbed are in critical condition. Court documents show Alex right there. He is on probation for assaulting a peace officer and has a criminal history, including harassment of a public servant and evading arrest.
Let me stop it here for a second, because doesn't Javon Alex look familiar to you? She looks a lot like Sandra Bland and Sonya Massey. You remember the story, right? Both of these sisters were supposedly murdered by the police. Well, technically, Sandra Bland died in the jail cell while in police custody, and they ruled it a suicide, but you get my point. If you can't see the resemblance and didn't know, let me be the first to tell you that Sandra Bland and Sonya Massey are the same person. And the dummy who agreed to play both of these characters was paid by the government to be what they call a crisis actor.
There are a lot of things going on in the news right now that are causing people to be divided. And there are people who are behind that. And there's people willing to work with those people because, well, that means money. So when you see things going on in the streets, don't always assume they're as they appear. Because chances are you might just be watching role players, people who are on call and have remote opportunities for specialized, well, let's just say it, performances.
Okay, so back to this news story.
Very scary, and she tells us it all started at this convenience store. She says she had to run for her life because the suspect was literally right behind her with that knife. While she was able to escape, though, she says she's devastated because her neighbors were not as lucky.
It started over there at Port Express, and they locked the door on her at the store. It was a big knife. They say she tried to stab 4 people at the store.
And you can see that in this video, when people lock themselves inside this Airport Express as the suspect approaches with the knife. Court documents say that suspect is 32-year-old Javon Alex. You can also see in other video, she then approaches someone else from behind. A struggle happens before they escape. And that's not all.
She chased them from the store. She ran across the street with the knife, chasing them.
Cornelius Clark, a mother, her child, and a number of other people at this apartment complex near Broadway and Rock Hill ran away and escaped. But investigators say a married couple who lives at the complex were not as lucky.
We were telling everybody, get in the house, but she ran after them intentionally and went up there and stabbed them.
Investigators say both were taken to the hospital in critical condition after being stabbed multiple times in the stomach and back.
It's too scared, it's too close to home.
Now, this would be a horrible story if I thought it was real, but I don't believe it for the simple fact that Javon Alex looks a lot like the other two to me. Okay, so let's look at this together because they think we are so slow. I'm telling you, they think we are super slow. Okay, so keep in mind that their faces are on different angles and one is smiling a little wider than the other. But even with that, you can see clear as day that this is the same person. Their eyes are lining up, their eyebrows, they have similar noses, similar smiles, and look at the lines on their face. They match up so well. I know you can see that. They didn't even try much, though, with this one because they kept her hair the same and everything. They kept her hair the same because it's a mockery. They just want to see who can catch on to this stuff. Like, they only have one blueprint and they use it over and over again because it works. People keep falling for this stuff. And you can look this story up for yourself. And from what I can tell, the people in the comments section, no one said that she looked like Sandra Bland, which is odd because that is literally the first thing that stood out to me when I saw it. And they're saying this stabbing happened in Houston. Didn't the Sandra Bland psyop happen in Waller County, Texas, which is like what, 40 miles from Houston? And another thing to point out is that she's in the same orange jumpsuit as Sandra Bland, and people still ain't catch on. I think that by far is one of the biggest ways to mock the masses because that Sandra Bland mugshot had the whole country fired up. You remember? Now, if you don't remember the Sonya Massey storyline, I'll play it for you just to refresh your memory so you can see exactly how the government uses the media to lie to your face and play with your emotions.
We want to warn our viewers, the footage you are about to see is disturbing. Authorities are releasing body camera footage showing the fatal police shooting of 36-year-old Sonya Massey inside her Springfield home. Police say Massey called police on July 6 over a suspected prowler in her neighborhood. When deputies arrived, they spoke with her. They asked for her identification. She then goes to move a pot of boiling water from her stove when she's heard saying, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Sangamon deputy Sean Grayson pulls out his gun as she apologizes and ducks.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot! Drop the pot!
We are pausing the video as Deputy Grayson then fires his gun 3 times. He later indicates he shot her in the head.
We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female.
Last week, authorities fired Deputy Grayson and charged him with murder. Within an hour of the video's release, the White House and state leaders released statements. President Joe Biden is praising the speed of the investigation while offering his condolences. Sonya's family deserves justice. I am heartbroken for her children and her entire family as they face this unthinkable and senseless loss. Jill and I mourn with the rest of the country, and our prayers are with Sonya's family, loved ones, and community during this devastating time.
Okay, so the girl in the video, that's her, Sonya Massey. All right, so first she was casted as the victim. This time around, she's casted as the criminal. Okay, so let's compare them. Looks similar to me. Similar noses, similar smiles. And again, their faces are on different angles and they are smiling slightly different. One has their eyes a little wider than the other, but it's still matching up. The eyebrows, the face lines, the cheeks. It's the same person. Listen, believe it or not, the government has been hiring crisis actors for years, staging all the stories that made national headlines. They stage these fake stories to keep people in fear, and then they'll usher in a solution to these fake problems. Solutions, by the way, that gives up your rights and your freedoms, but give them more control over you and your life. They want to keep you in a panic. They want to keep you in a fearful, low vibrational state because people who are always in fear are easier to control. They want you in fear so that you'll stay in line whenever you see the police. They want you to fear that if you get out of line, what happened to her might happen to you. How do you think the few controls the many? It's nothing more than a psychological mind game. So pay attention and question everything. And don't be so quick to get sucked into every storyline because chances are you're being played.